Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. I am your subject teacher of social study, and in this video we are going to discuss about chapter number 15, and chapter name is natural disaster. So student, first of all you have to know about what is natural disaster. A natural disaster is a major adverse event resulting from natural process of the earth. Example: flood, hurricanes, tornadoes, volcano eruption, earthquake, tsunami, storm, and other geologic processes known as natural disasters. Now look at the activity. So student, this is the picture. This is the picture that show a forest engulfed in a massive fire. Think and answer the question given below. So student, you have to think and answer the question which is given below. First, how do forest fire start? Give any two possible reason. So student, you have to give any two possible reason by how the forest fire starts. So student, it can be start by volcanic eruptions, and there are many reason. Volcanic eruption and increase of the because of the increment in temperature are the two reason. Next, look at the next question. State three possible effect of a forest fire. So student, the four possible effect of forest fire is it disbalance the atmospheric gases, like the disbalance between oxygen and carbon dioxide, and because of forest fire the global warming increases. And next one is deforestation, and you can see soil erosion. Soil erosion, global warming, and deforestation are the possible effect of a forest fire. Look at the next. You can see two deer standing in the middle of the stream. Why are they not running away? How will the stream protect them from the fire? So student, there are two deer standing in the middle of the stream because they knew that the water overcome from the fire, so they think the stream protect them from the fire. Next question, think of one way in which we can prevent the occurrence of forest fire. So you have to think one way by you can prevent the occurrence of forest fire. So student, we should we should we should throw water. And next one is rainwater. When there is a rainfall start, then by the help of the rainwater we can prevent the occurrence of forest fire. Now come on the next page. Natural disasters are devastating events caused by natural forces of the earth. They cause widespread damage to life, property, and land. Earthquake, flood, cyclones, and tsunami are all natural disasters. So, student, natural disasters are devastating, are very dangerous event caused by natural factors, natural forces of the earth. They cause widespread damage. It causes a damage to life, property, and land. And natural disaster is a major adverse event resulting from natural process of the earth. Example: flood, hurricanes, tornado, volcanic eruptions, earthquake, tsunami, storm, and other geologic process. However, some disaster like flood and drought can also be human made. So, student, flood and drought are the human made disaster. So, now look at the first disaster, that is earthquake. So, first of all, we will read this paragraph. An earthquake An earthquake is a sudden shaking of the Earth's surface. They are caused by movement inside the Earth. Earthquakes range in strength from mild tremors that can barely be felt to violent movement that cause massive destruction of life and property. The strength of an earthquake can be measured using the Richter scale. The Richter scale measures the strength of an earthquake on a scale of 1 to 10. So, student, earthquake is the shaking of the surface of the earth resulting from a sudden release of energy in the earth lithosphere that create seismic waves. And the strength of the we can measure the strength of an earthquake with the help of Richter scale. And the Richter scale measure the strength of an earthquake. The Richter scale measure the strength of an earthquake on a scale of 1 to 10. So now look at the mapping by you can look at the table. So student, the strength of an earthquake on a scale of 1 to 10. So when the intensity of an earthquake is 1 to 4, when the Richter scale measures the earthquake that is between 1 to 4, then the intensity of earthquake is minor earthquake. When the Richter scale measures the earthquake comes between 1 to 4, then the earthquake is minor. And when the Richter scale measure earthquake 5, then the intensity of an earthquake will moderate earthquake, neither too high neither too very low. When the intensity of the when the Richter scale measure the earthquake is 6, then the strong earthquake. Then the intensity of an earthquake is strong. When the Richter scale measure the earthquake that is 7, then the intensity of an earthquake is major earthquake. And when the Richter scale measure the earthquake is 8, then the intensity of the earthquake is great earthquake. So in this way you can measure the intensity of an earthquake on a Richter scale. So now look at the effect of an earthquake. What is the effect of an earthquake? Earthquake can cause enormous damage to life and property. They can interrupt power and water supply to affected part. They can cause landslide and even tsunami. So student, it cause a great damage to life, property, and they also interrupt water and power supply to the affected areas, to the affected part, and the area that uh, that are affected by earthquake. They can cause landslide and even tsunami. So these are the effect of an earthquakes. So now look at the precaution. It means which type of precaution you can take during an earthquake. In the event of an earthquake, there are some precaution we can take. We can take drop to the ground, cover your head with both your hand and hold on something strong. Stay away from the walls and hide below a strong table. So student, during an earthquake, you should stay away from the wall and hide below a strong table. So now look at the next precaution. Keep a first aid kit ready. So you have to keep a first aid kit ready because during an earthquake you may get harm from the earthquake. So you can take medical treatment from the first aid box. So you should keep the first aid box ready. So now look at the next precaution. Run out of the house to an open space if possible. Do not stand under a tree or near a building. So student, during an earthquake, you should run out of the house and stand under a tree. Stand under a tree. So student, during an earthquake, you should run out of the house and you should not stand under a tree or near a building. So these are the precaution and effect of an earthquake, and I hope you all are understood about the earthquake, that is natural disaster, and you have to read and learn about an earthquake. So student, that's all, and thank you.